Namaste, and welcome back to another edition of Live, Love, Engage. I don't know why I always say that because I know the intro just plays and tells you that this is the name of the show, but I like to do it anyway. So I want to welcome you all here, and I want to welcome our guest, who is a delightful woman. I know we're going to have a lot of fun chatting today. No pressure, but anyway, her name is Barbara Ellison. So welcome to Live, Love, Engage, Barbara.
Well, hi there, Gloria Grace. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. Yes. And just fabulous because I get to do this. I mean, this is like the highlight of my day when I get to talk with people. So
isn't it the truth? That's for me too. And first of all, thank you so much for having me. I remember the first day we actually chatted. It was like, ooh, kindred spirit.
Mm-hmm.
and
Absolutely.
that's always when you find the people that are in alignment with what you're doing. It's like that's where the magic happens. So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right. So I know you're all wondering, okay, so who is this lady? And what has she got to say that's going to be useful? So Barbara is a transformational life trainer, specializing in teaching you how to have the physical, mental, and financial fitness to age gracefully, basically to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And she is on a mission to actually make happiness the norm rather than the exception. So yeah, that's definitely what we're all about here. It's live fully, love deeply, engage authentically. And if you're not happy, you're certainly not going to be able to live fully or do any of the other stuff for that matter. So I like to usually start off with just asking our guests a little bit about themselves, and in particular, how you wound up becoming this transformational life trainer.
One of the things for me, and this is, I think applies to everybody that is in this space, whether they're a speaker or a coach or a consultant or whatever it is, it starts with their own journey. And my journey started when I lost my husband 10 years ago. Mm. And when I woke up from my widow's fog, which is a tangible thing, and I can tell you exactly where I was sitting and what I was doing. It was like, okay, and in that minute, I now know that that's when my mourning stopped. Mm. And I realized that David had died. I had not, which was a revelation. However, at that moment, I also realized that I had no idea who I was outside of all the labels that myself and society had put on me. I was a daughter, and then I was a wife, and then I was a mother, but then I was divorced, so I was a failure. But then I was a success again because I got remarried, and then became, I was a wife again, and I became a grandmother, and I had a business, but now I'm a widow. Who was I in all of that? And Gloria Grace, it was absolutely the most scary moment of my life. Because it was like, now what? I had no idea. I knew what I didn't want, but I had no idea what I did want. And that was the scary part. But I said, you know what? For heaven's sakes, Barbara, you've been brought up that you pick yourself up, you go on, and you're going to figure this out. Well, I did a smart thing. I joined a coaching program called The Ultimate Game of Life. Give them a plug. I loved it. It got me going on my journey. But then one day, my coach, his name was Phil Black. Hi, Phil. And he shared with me that he also was a coach for another company, and they were going to be having an event in Montreal. Well, I'm from Montreal, and I was going to Montreal to visit my family. He said, well, go to the event. And I said, okay. Well, I went thinking I'll just go to the first session. I'll leave, fulfill my duty as my friend and coach, and then I'm done. Well, I was glued to my seat. And by the second day, it was like, this is what I want to do. I want to become a personal development trainer and learn how to, because I am not the only one that is in this situation, whether it's through the loss of a loved one or loss of a job or whatever. You're facing retirement. That's a big thing for a lot of men. They're facing retirement and they have no idea who they are outside of the title that they've had for 40 years.
Yeah.
And that was the start of it. And then several years ago, I had the privilege of being part of it was called the Next Impactor. And after it, one of my friends said, well, Barb, what do you want to do next? What do you want? And I said, you know what? I just want people to be happy. And that was like, it came from the bottom of my soul. So everything since then is about, hey, I'm on a mission to make happiness the norm rather than the exception. Because I truly believe that we deserve to live happy, healthy, financially free, abundant lives. So now everything that I do is in that space. And so now I love it. But now I'm 72. So now I'm working with the people that have gotten older, the baby boomers. Right. Baby boomers make up 30% of the population. And a lot of them are retiring. A lot of them are hitting middle age. Women are becoming empty nesters.
Yeah.
Ooh, who am I outside of being a wife and a mother?
I know. Yeah. It's scary. And I know a lot of, I'm in some empty nester groups, ostensibly, to do some research really because I want to be able to work with those types of women going through that as well. But it's interesting. I mean, I'm an empty nester, and yet, I went through a little bit of missing of my kids, but some of these women, God bless them, they are just so bereft, and they just, absolutely. And I love that. That's that again.
Here's tripod.
You've got a little kitty there wanting to be on camera. I see. Yes.
Yep. Anyways, so sorry.
Our cats are our babies. It's all good.
Exactly. And when they want attention, they want attention.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned something. I want to actually kind of go back to this because I thought this was an interesting point that you made. You said that you knew what you didn't want to do, but you didn't know what you did want to do. And how was that for you? Because it seems like it's really easy to start coming up with the things okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I know I experienced this after my sister passed because I was at an event and someone wanted us to, imagine this life, this new life. And it was like, I was coming up blank. It was horrible.
Exactly. I was blank.
Yeah.
What do I want? Well, let's start. And that's what I tell my clients. If you have no idea how to move forward because you're just stuck in where you are, okay, let's go back. Let's take a step backwards. Let's sit and breathe with, okay, what do you not like about your life right now? Well, I didn't want to go back to what I was doing as a business. That was, my husband and I had done it together. And I just couldn't, even though we were making income from it and a regular income with it, when he got sick, it was kind of fell by the wayside a little bit because I was focusing on taking care of him for 2 years.
Sure, of course.
I wasn't focusing on doing a business. So it kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. And then it was like, I couldn't pick it back up again. That was what we had done together. And I couldn't go back to it. So that was one thing. And so I knew I didn't want to do that. So that was the start of, okay, well, if you don't want to do that, what do you want to do? Well, sometimes when you can make even that one little realization, you become aware that, okay, that's what I didn't want. God in the universe will give you something. I got a phone call from this man who he has now, I talked to him just a few months ago, in fact, but his thing was, would you like to do online marketing? That tickled my fancy. I said, I'll try that. Why not? It was something
Mhm.
so out of my wheelhouse,
Mm.
so completely different. So that's one of the things that I suggest sometimes to people too, is when they're like, do something that's so completely opposite of what you would ever possibly do, because it'll start the ball rolling. Like one of the analogies that I use is a friend of mine, she has a Harley trike. And last week we went for a ride. We were going for a ride and we were standing in the middle in front of my house going, okay, where are we going to go? And I said, well, let's just get on the bike and decide when we're going. But I always try to do a Facebook Live before we go on a ride, just because it's fun and it's showing part of your life and that.
Sure.
But what I did was I used it as a life. So, okay, people, this is a life lesson. You might not know where you're going right now, but at least get on the bike. Because once you get on the bike, whatever that bike is, sometimes it could be starting a business, sometimes it could be sending an email, sometimes it could be, doing a speech, whatever that is, just get on the bike.
Mm.
And I had so many comments that, ooh, Barb, right, just get on the bike. See,
Mm-hmm.
and then because when you take one step forward, the universe and God, or however you believe in it. Like for me, it's God. For other people, it's the universe or source or the divine or whatever you want to call that higher than us. It will give you a little nudge.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is be open to that nudge. Just get on the bike and
Yeah.
see where it takes you.
Yeah, I love that. It's so true, because it really does. It's how you start then getting momentum, because then you can start putting your foot on the accelerator a little bit, and it doesn't even have to be a lot, just a little bit, because so often, well, I felt like this. It was like I had like one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, and I couldn't make up my mind, where to go, what to do, and it was so frustrating for so long. Until I started to do, frankly, part of it was getting into action, even doing the stuff I didn't necessarily like to do anymore. Exactly. But it did get me going again. Right. So why is it so important to make happiness the norm?
Happiness impacts every area of your life, whether it is your relationships, whether it's driving down the street. Say you are going somewhere and you've left yourself a little bit, not enough time.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. And we've all done it.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck in traffic. If you do not have that sense, and happiness in a way is kind of like a cliche, but if you don't have that sense of, you will get so stressed out, you'll be thinking of all the things, and then you start the inner dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Why didn't you leave earlier? Why are you doing this? Why didn't you prepare better? Why didn't you and all of the, how could you have been so, I can't believe you did this, and now you're stuck in traffic, and then so it just escalates. But if you have that sense of happiness, like for me, that's what it is, or that sense of joy that, okay, yeah, I kind of blew this right at this moment and I am stuck in traffic. However, what am I going to do with this piece of time that I'm stuck in traffic?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than berating yourself, what can you do? Okay, yeah, I could have done it better, but oh well, I'm here now. So what can I use this time to think about that's something positive? And one of the things that I share with people a lot is that it takes 3 positive thoughts to offset 1 negative.
Mm.
And one of the things, and I was just talking to Jason the other day about this, is that people research everything. You want to find out anything, somebody has researched it. Well, one of the things that they did was a study of how many days out of the year does the average person wake up grumpy.
Oh, okay.
Take a guess. What do you think?
Oh, I have a feeling it's really high compared to what I would hope it would be. So I dare say that 200, maybe. No.
High.
Oh, no.
300 days out of the year.
No. Oh, my God.
Yes. It is because it's the natural when you first wake up. So that's one of the things that I work with first with my clients is that your day does not begin when you wake up. Your day begins the night before.
Yes.
So the night before, even if you only take 5 minutes, I really encourage people to take 10 or 15, but to just sit with your day and just say, okay, this is what happened. Congratulate yourself for the things that you did well. Look at the things you could have improved, and gee, okay, we all know I could have done that better, and I'm going to do it better this way tomorrow. And the things that you cannot do anything about, that you thought you failed at completely, let it go. Because then overnight you have a chance for your subconscious to work on the things that you're going to be positive the next day. So then when you first wake up in the morning, you can say to yourself, rather than beating yourself up for the stuff that went on yesterday,
right?
Okay, all right. You know what, Barbara? Today's going to be a great day. You feel great. Thank you, Lord, that, as a friend of mine says, and I laugh every time she says it, she says, at least right now I'm on this side of the dirt. Just be grateful that, oh, thank you, Lord, that this is another day.
Yeah.
And this is what, and it's going to be a great day. And so when you can start that, and then when you get stuck in traffic, then that happiness sets in. Because you can say, okay, yeah, I could have prepared a little bit better or left a little bit more time, but it's okay, because now I can think about something that I'm going to do later that's going to be a positive thing, rather than getting caught up in all the negative things.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it does not do you any good. And then when you get to where you're going, usually you're still in that terrible mood, and then that just affects whatever it is you had to do, or it affects the people who you're going to meet, and they don't need to hear all of that. So yeah, it's
you're a frazzled mess. That's what I call it. It's like you're a frazzled mess.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then it takes more time to get that, because people know it. People can feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can walk into a room and you know when somebody's just being, let's just say it like it is, just being witchy. Been there, done that. And I can see times in my past, because of when I've done that. We've all done it. So forgive yourself for those things and then just go on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's but it starts, I always try to really work with people. It starts the night before. And then first thing in the morning, be positive.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I do. I do a gratitude practice before I go to bed at night, because you've got to, you're essentially programming your subconscious, and it's so important to do, because it makes it so much easier. But still, 300 days. I mean, that means 2 months. That means basically 2 months out of the year, you're waking up happy. That's sad.
Exactly. Yeah. Isn't that, I couldn't believe it when I heard that.
Yeah. What other tips do you have? Maybe if you can share maybe one or two others that would help our audience to be able to, reframe and to be more positive in their life.
All right. One of my favorite things is that, we hear all the time, oh, just think positive. Just think positive. The power of positive thinking. And all I have to do is think positively. The only problem with that is, when you do it to the exclusion of everything else, it's like if you're standing in your garden and you're looking at the garden saying, oh, there's no weeds. Oh, there's no weeds in my garden. What weeds? What weeds? There's no weeds in my garden. Well, of course, that's not true.
Right.
However, what you have to do mentally, and you have to look at your weeds and say, okay, pick one out, start picking them. Now, some of the weeds, you have to ask yourself, is it really a weed? Or is it just a plant that's just in the wrong place, and it needs to be moved to another part of your garden where it can grow and bloom and become a beautiful part of your garden? And so that's okay, because some things you're doing right now, you might not supposed to be doing it right now, but you don't want to completely get rid of it. You're going to do it later. Okay, absolutely. But some of the weeds really are weeds. And those are the things that you feel negatively about, the hurts that you've had. Are you focusing on something that happened in the past? Are you worried about something that might go on in the future? Get rid of those weeds. pick those out, because those are the things that cause negative emotions.
Mm.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. Can you share an example of what would be something that you would need to transplant?
Like, okay, once in a while, okay, like for me, I have just now taken a positive intelligence class.
Hmm.
Okay, but I started it quite a while ago, but it wasn't the right time for it. But now it's coming to fruition because I did the 6 weeks I did a 6 weeks preliminary back in April.
Hmm.
Okay, it wasn't the right time for it then, but now it is. But back then, it was causing me stress. Oh, I'm not getting the, like, ooh, what am I going to do about this? And how am I going to do this? And it's like, okay, Barbara, stop. Let this go for right now. See when it comes around again. And now it has come around, and now I'm ready for it. It is absolutely falling into place. I have new pod mates that I'm going to be going through it with, that we're going to be helping each other to set it all up. So exciting.
Mm.
But if I had tried to force it back in May,
right,
it would have been stressed. So yeah, so there are things like that happen within our lives. We take it on. Well, sometimes I think one of the things that I share with people too is that no is a complete sentence.
Oh, yes. Yes. I learned that lesson a long time. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't take on something that you know in your heart. Like I had one of my gals that she was complaining that, oh, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to do. Well, why did you take on all those projects? And then, and she was like, oh, right. And then one of my other gals, she was, oh, I've got this, I'm so stressed. I said, well, who is in charge of your schedule? Oh, well, me. Well, are some of those things you're doing weeds in your garden?
Yeah.
Let them go or transplant them to another time.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you have to let it go, but just transplant it to another time when you have the time to enjoy it and nurture it and water it and feed it. That's when you're good. That's when it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, you're missing, there's something missing in it.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to someone though, who is like, well, this person needs my help and this person, and, and if I don't do it, I'm going to feel bad. And, or they they're real, it's a really worthy cause and I need to be able to do it. So how would you counsel them?
It's so funny that you're saying that, because the number one tip I have for people is ignore what other people say or think about you. Their opinion of what you do or do not do is none of your business, because you have no control over how somebody else, if they're going to give you a hard time, if they're going to try to make you feel guilty, because that's about them. That's not about you. So just say no is a complete sentence.
I like that. Yeah.
No is a complete sentence. So just ignore what, because you can't do anything about it, because whether you do or you don't, you are either going to be stressed, or they are going to make you so cranky and busy that you're not enjoying your life. Yeah. And yet you're trying so hard to make their life perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that just reminds me of, I think I first heard this with Esther Hicks and Abraham, that, the concept of selfish, and then it's like, so it's selfish for me that I'm not doing what they want me to do.
Exactly. And that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
And so people get caught up in, but what will the neighbors say?
Yeah.
Well, you have no control over what the neighbors say, because on any given day, any situation is neutral. Some of you are going to agree with it. Some of them are not. Yeah. It's kind of like all the craziness that's going around, that's still going on all these years later. I don't mention the word anymore, just all this craziness. For some people, it was the worst thing ever. For some people, it was the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
The event itself was neutral.
Yeah.
It was just how you interpreted it.
Absolutely.
And that's the same with what people think of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's only matters what you think of you. And if you are in alignment, big key there.
Yeah.
If you are in alignment with what you know that you are supposed to be doing, big thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you know that you know that you know that you know that you are in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other thing too is that yes, people may get upset with you. And in fact, I actually had something happen this afternoon that I had inadvertently hurt someone's feelings. It was not my intention.
Nope.
So I, had to look at it from their point of view and realize that, yeah, I probably could have handled it a bit better.
Right.
And I apologized. And I also, explained that, I also think that, my part was, it's still okay for what I was doing. And, but yes, I could have, tactfully handled it a bit better. And then it was, she responded back, yay. Okay. So it was like, good. Because I certainly didn't want to lose a friendship over it.
Well, exactly. And like one of the things for me too, is that if you do something wrong and you totally blow it and you just, whatever that is.
Right.
Fess up to it,
mm-hmm.
Take the heat for it,
yeah,
but then let it go.
Yeah.
Big thing. What happens so often to people, and especially women, that we harbor that, oh, I did it.
I know.
I can't believe I did it. And 12 years later, they're still, oh, I can't believe I did that. Let it go. That's a weed in your garden.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go. You've taken the heat for it. And in fact, I'll give you an example. Just last week, and now I can't even tell you what it was that came up. And I went, that was from 25 years ago. Where did that come from?
Oh, I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
That was 25 years ago. Where did that come from? And then it was like, Barbara, you have forgiven yourself for that 20 years ago, 25 years ago. You are not, and that's why now I can't even remember what it was, but the thought came up. The thing is, back to it, it's 3 negative thoughts to every positive thought. If I had thought one more thing that, oh yeah, I really did do that, you're spiraling down.
Yeah.
Because I said, you know what? Yeah, I've already let go of that. Thanks for bringing it up, but I've already let go of that. I continued on my day, all sorts of happy.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but one of the things, this is on my list of, and if your audience does want a list of the 9 different things, I mean, we're not going to have time to talk about all of them, but one of the ones that I think is the biggest thing is when you are feeling down about yourself, go compliment somebody else. It makes the other person feel good. It makes you feel good. Just try it, because when you are feeling down upon yourself, in yourself, when you can be grateful for somebody else and then take it a next step and pay it forward and a compliment. And one of the things that I do is I have several different little memes that are hi, or I was thinking of you. It's a little happy face with a hi, or I have one that's like a little thinking of you with hearts on it. And then I have several others. And so it's like, oh, when somebody's name pops into my head, oh, I'm going to send, it's cut and paste. It takes you 10 seconds. But when you think about that person, send them that little meme and have them all ready so that you don't have to go hunting for it. Like I have a little thing that says favorites on my phone. I just pick one of them, go.
I love that.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And it will, not only will it let them say, oh, wow, she was thinking about me. They don't know that you only cut and pasted, it only took you 10 seconds. It's the thought that counts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love that you mentioned the compliments are so important. And I was actually I was on a summit yesterday and talking about the importance of compliments and being able to receive compliments as well. I mean, because sometimes it's easy to give them, but not always easy to receive them. And I found there's a wonderful website. I'm going to give them a plug. It's called perfectcartoon.com.
Ooh, I'll have to look
where
it up.
you can, this gentleman, Robert Bostic, has curated, that's the word I'm looking for, like over 7,000, I think, like some of the best cartoons, especially from like New Yorker magazines. But one of the ones I found on there, it was a couple eating dinner or something, and the one person says to the other that the FDA has determined that compliments are an essential nutrient.
I love that. What's the name of that again?
I think it's called perfectcartoon.com. I'm
going to look
I'm 99.9% sure. Yeah,
Right. Because so pick out 10 of them that for different occasions. Like I have ones that say happy birthday. I have ones that say I'm thinking of you.
Yeah.
Some of them say thank you for all you do. You know, whatever it is. And they don't know that you didn't spend hours creating it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Secret. 10 seconds it can take you to do it. But it's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you were thinking of it. You were thinking of them.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is such a cool thing. And so then one of the other biggies is smile. Before you pick up the phone, before you go on Zoom, before you do anything, smile. And you know what? Before you start your day, you are your best friend. Look at yourself in the mirror as you're brushing your teeth and smile at yourself. And don't just smile. Right. Smile and look at yourself in the eyes. And whether you say, gee, you know what, you're beautiful. Oh, that's tough. That's tough because we don't always think we are. But you're a beautiful soul, or gee, you know, you're going to have a great day, or whatever affirmation. If you have affirmations. I tend to look in, you know, at scripture. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it because something good is going to happen to me, through me, and for me today.
Absolutely. And the fact that you woke up today, that's number one, that starts it right there.
You're breathing. Thank you, Lord, for that I breathe and move and have my being.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So important. So important.
I want to ask you, because I know we're starting to near the end, but I still want to ask you this anyway. Sure. What, especially as we're talking about, you know, happiness and positivity, what's a commonly held belief around this subject that you passionately disagree with?
So many people, they view happiness as an extraneous thing. That, oh, that's for everybody else. That's not for me. I don't deserve it. Big thing. Big thing. And the pursuit of happiness is selfish. It's not. It's self-care.
Yeah.
That is a big thing. And it just makes me crazy when people, you know, and nothing against therapists. And I truly believe there is a place for therapists. We do, if you've had an extreme trauma, yes, there are things. However, if you are just going and reliving the past 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 and reliving the past, you're not progressing.
That's right.
Where are you today? Like when I have a new client, okay, so let's talk about where we are today. Where are you right now? So now, what do you think was the main thing that influenced where you are right now? And they told me, okay, so now that's done. That's done. Now, where do you want to be next week, next month, next year? Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Let go of the past, because if you are anything negative and if you are depressed, you are either haven't forgiven yourself for something in the past, or you're worried about something in the future. And if you are in negative, you cannot possibly be happy right at this moment. So right at this moment, talking to you, this is the best moment of my life because I'm happy. I love talking about happiness. I truly believe that each and every one of us deserves to be happy. It's a choice. Every morning you get to choose. Sometimes it's a bigger choice.
Yeah.
But it's still a choice.
Absolutely.
Make it. And I just encourage people to make it. You know, and friends of mine say, well, are you always this upbeat and happy? Well, no. You know?
Yeah, you're still human.
I'm human, and some days it's like, okay. But the thing is, I try very hard that when I do feel that, because hey, we wake up 300 days of the year feeling grumpy. So if you really are feeling grumpy and just feeling just out of that, my father, he used to always just say, well, you're just feeling peckish. Okay, Daddy. That was an old English word, I guess. And you were just feeling blue. You're just kind of a little bit down in the dumps. Nothing specific that you can put your finger on. You're just feeling slightly, I call it being out of whack.
Yeah.
I just feel out of whack. Well, YouTube is your friend.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Go on YouTube. First, put on something inspirational. Scripture, God's word, whatever. Above inspiration, I love them. They always put out something. Start your day with God. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, but you know what? You know, it also says in the Bible that King David said, oh, you know, that I need the lifter, that you are the lifter of my head. And that means he was feeling kind of down. Okay, so it was like, okay, oh, I'm kind of feeling down. Okay, well, now your next step after, okay, you've praised, you've worshiped, you've asked God to give you some grace, you've prayed for mercy, but you're still feeling kind of little kind of out of whack. Well, now you have to laugh. So I put on Bob Newhart, look for clips, Bob Newhart bloopers, Betty White bloopers, America's Home Video bloopers, anything bloopers, put on a laugh track, whatever it is that makes you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah. And you'll be like, oh, right. And you'll start to laugh. And that can raise your energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love looking at like babies, especially like when they get like twins talking to one another and things like that.
Whatever it is for you. Like I like watching pets play.
Oh, that's my next one. Yes.
Right. When you get the donkeys and the ducks. Seriously? A donkey and the duck? But they're hysterical. Yeah. And it can make you laugh.
Absolutely.
Look at funny memes if that's what you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Find the thing that tickles your fancy. Absolutely. Tickles your funny bone.
Yeah. You know, they say laughter is the best medicine, and it's true. It not only because it really gets like the endorphins going, and it helps your mental state. It can also help your physical state as well. So
it raises your energy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, quit beating yourself up that you have to do it. Number one, that you have to do it, and don't care about how long it takes you to do it. Yeah. It doesn't matter, because until you raise your energy, you're not going to be as effective as what you could be if you're just plowing through something because you have to do it. You're doing it with your stress. You're laugh until you can honestly feel that, hey, you know, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Look, and you can look in the mirror and say, you know what? Hey, I kind of like you right now.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
So important. So important. And one of the things, Amy Cuddy, she's a PhD Harvard kind of gal, but she talks about power poses. She's on YouTube. YouTube, people. You can find everything on YouTube.
That's true.
And look for her. And it's a TED Talk. And so I listen to TED Talks. Mm-hmm. And it's on body posture. Mm. And she said, for women, set a timer. This is an exercise. Tip for the day. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Look yourself in a full length mirror. Mm-hmm. Hands on your chest out. You are in the Wonder Woman pose.
Right.
Set the timer and stay there and look at yourself and smile for 2 minutes.
Ooh, I like that.
Huge,
Wow.
huge. And I do that, like if I have to do a presentation or
Mhm.
something that I'm nervous about,
Yeah.
that if it's something different,
Yeah.
I do a power pose. I
Yeah.
do that exercise fairly often.
Well, I've heard of that, but never heard about it doing it for a full 2 minutes though.
2 minutes.
That
It
is,
releases the endorphins.
yeah, that's powerful. Oh my
It
goodness.
is.
We can talk all day. I
I
know.
know.
but
You'll just have to invite
I've
me
got,
on again.
yeah, I know. Well, yeah, and I've got another thing I've got to get to. But I have enjoyed this so much, and you are amazing. And I know our listeners have gotten tremendous value out of what you've had to say. So if they want to be able to learn more about, these other rest of the tips, what's the best place for people to reach you?
Reach out to me on LinkedIn,
Okay.
or you can email me, Barbara at trendsinmarketingenterprises.com,
Okay.
and just say, hey, you know what, I listened to you on, with Gloria Grace, because I'm right at this moment, I'm blank of the engage, live, love, and
Live, love,
engage.
engage. See,
Live, engage, right? But for that split second, see how our mind works. And so, yeah, and just say, hey, and I'd love to talk more. And I do a free consultation, and let's chat, because you never know what'll come up. And that's where the magic happens. And one of the things for me is that it's just a conversation. I love to just let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
And see where it leads. And you might decide to work with me, great. Or you're going to say, I just needed a sounding board for that second. That's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I will have all that information in the show notes for those of you who are listening somewhere and you don't have a pen handy, so not to worry.
And one of the other things, if you want, I will send you a link. I give people a free personality assessment, and it takes you like 90 seconds. But it is a really good insight of your strengths, what makes you why are you the way you are, the things you value. And it's just a really fun thing. So if anybody wants that, I'll send you over a link for it.
All right, good.
Put that in the show notes.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you again for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
Yes, it certainly was. And I want to also acknowledge all of you out there who have been listening and watching. I really, absolutely, I'm so grateful for you. You're part of what makes this, why I keep doing the way I'm doing. And it's wonderful. So thank you so much. And keep listening. Tell a friend if you enjoyed this, of course, share it with them. And until next time, as always, I encourage you to go out and live fully, love deeply, and engage authentically.